Guys, Johnny B here. I'm bringing you episode number 1s where I commemorate the songs atop the Billboard Hot 100, the Billboard Hot 100 Airplay, the Radio and Records chart, and the Billboard Top 40 Mainstream chart. And we're just trucking along in the 90s, and we have arrived at Celine Dion's Unsinkable, My Heart Will Go On from the Titanic soundtrack. Now, this was a number 1 hit on all 4 major pop charts. Of course, it was number 1 on the Hot 100, Hot 100 Airplay, Radio and Records, and the Top 40 Mainstream chart. And I do happen to own the Let's Talk About Love album, which it's featured on CD. Do got the vinyl copy as well. And of course, you know, I own the Titanic soundtrack just like everyone else did. Have the CD copy there. And of course, I do own the vinyl copy as well. And I was a pretty big fan of the movie, the soundtrack, and the Titanic in general. Now, here's a surprising thing about its chart success in the U.S. While internationally, of course, it was the biggest hit that year in terms of how many countries in which it reached the number 1 spot, because it reached it reached the top spot in a ton of international countries. But nonetheless, in the U.S., though, its success is actually not as great as some songs would be later on. There are 2 airplay hits in particular I'll be talking on later that were far bigger than My Heart Will Go On. And I think it actually only reached one of the top 10 biggest hits of the year only on the Top 40 Mainstream chart. I think on the other ones, it was actually number 14 or number 12 when it came into year-end charts. So even though it spent a lot of weeks number 1, it was a big hit. When its popularity waned, it fell off the charts quick. So it didn't really have a lot of longevity, surprisingly. But nonetheless, everyone knew the song. It was still extremely overexposed. I mean, you couldn't turn on the radio, the TV, or any type of medium without reading about the Titanic, the movie, the ship itself, because it definitely, it definitely intrigued a lot of people and got people really fascinated with the shipwreck again. And this is still true to this day. There still are plenty of Titanic enthusiasts, that's for sure. And I used to be one too. I am very fascinated with ocean depths. I'm very fascinated with shipwrecks. So I was all over this. So believe me, I was all about Titanic Mania too. But the thing is, it just needed to sink, at least by December. I mean, seriously, we just couldn't take it anymore. It just was so overexposed. Now, some of the parodies that came about because of the song, that's what I loved. Especially Anna Gasteyer on Saturday Night Live, portraying Celine Dion on the Celine Dion Show. I am Celine Dion, and I'm the best singer in the world. I thought it was the most hilarious thing. She would basically bring on other famous divas, and she would just drown them out. It was just hilarious, especially seeing Matthew Broderick as Gloria Estefan and Sherry Terry as Butterfly Mariah Carey. I thought that was fantastic. So yeah, there were a lot of great things that came about with Celine Dion and My Heart Will Go On. So I can't, despise it too much. But honestly, I do like the song just fine. Heard a lot, but I think as time goes on, it's definitely an adult contemporary classic for sure. Well, anyway, that was Celine Dion, My Heart Will Go On. I look forward to bringing her episode number 1s. I'm Johnny B, and I'm out.